Dear sweetheart, it's hot here, hotter than a firecracker on the 4th of July, and there is never any relief from the relentless heat. I try to imagine cool breezes off the ocean at home when I close my eyes. A little mind over matter trick, but it can only take you so far. At least when you're at home, you could cool off with a cold shower. No such thing as cold water over here, and the nights are just as hot as the days. I feel like twice baked bread, and I think I will permanently be covered in Iraq dust. Grandmother's always asking how my walk with the Lord is going when I talk to her. You tell her that it only took a few days in this heat to make me want to live right. I don't want to spend one more day, much less an eternity, in this inferno, if I can help it. But seriously, I know she prays for me every day, as do you and many others. Tell them I really appreciate it and I can feel those prayers. I have good days and bad days. Some days I am full of peace and confidence, and others I am anxious and a little depressed. I have found others who share the same struggles, and we are trying to help each other out. You would be proud of me, I think. Some days over here, there is little excitement and a lot of time to think about home and loved ones. Contrary to what you might think, much of war is just spent just waiting and watching the enemy. It's never completely quiet, though. Mortar rounds are an everyday occurrence, and they have made me a little jittery, I'm afraid. But things are going well here, or at least as well as can be expected. We just got back from our first missions that started, oddly enough, on September 11th. You probably won't find it much of a surprise that there wasn't a soldier in the camp that wasn't eager and willing to go out and fight terrorists on that sad day of remembrance. It's probably one of the main reasons each of us are here. I just know every American lost something that day, and we owe it to those who lost their lives to fight back against such evil forces that could just disregard human lives. Personally, I wanted to do something, give something, to deserve all the great things I and most Americans take for granted under the safety and freedom of our flags. We truly are spoiled. I want to do my part to extend those same freedoms to the oppressed people over here and make the world a safer place for my children.
But enough of my soapbox. Let's get back to the happenings around here. Things got a little exciting on September 12th when Darkside, our convoy, met up with Tiger 6 and 8 tanks and moved through the desert to the villages of Sadah and Karabula. We stationed on the ridgeline overlooking the villages for observation. We weren't there long before we began taking mortar fire. At first, the mortar rounds were not close enough to put us in any danger, but then they began to get closer and closer. It was time to take a deep breath and remember our training. Then we were hit with small arms fire that seemed to be coming from the village below. We moved forward to help the Marines closest to the village. Our boys did an impressive job that day when it was time to go to work. There were no casualties on our side, thank God. We don't know how much our individual efforts have changed the world out here, but together we have chased away much evil from power and have shown those who hate our way of life that we are a nation, a people who refuse to live under the threat of terror. Now we're back at base for some much needed R&R, and I wanted to take time to write. I must close soon. I need to get some sleep. I only got 4 hours last night. But I wanted to tell you how much I love and miss you. You and the kids are my whole life and such a blessing. I realized over here that I never spent enough time with you guys when I was home. I was always working. I vow when this is all over to change that. Please tell each of the kids how much I love them and how proud I am of them. I love being their dad. I brag to all of my company about their achievements. I also want to tell you that I love all the gifts you have sent me. You always knew how to take such good care of me. They make me miss home a little less.
I want you to know that I do not regret being over here, but I cannot wait to return home to our life that I will never take for granted again. Hang in there, keep praying, and do not let the kids get you too frustrated. Love to you always, your soldier, Samantha.